So we have our fire triangle here. We have oxygen, heat, and fuel. These three elements are what create and sustain combustion or fire. Without one element, if you were missing oxygen, the fire would go out. If you were missing heat, the fire would go out. And if you're missing fuel, the fire would go out. So it takes all three components to make fire. We're going to do a few demonstrations for you. First off, we have this tissue paper, which is going to represent our fuels. Then we have our oxygen, which is the air around us, what me and Kelsey are breathing right now. And our heat is going to come from this lighter right here. Once I light this tissue paper, it's going to catch on fire, and it's going to burn out completely until there's nothing left. It's going to run out of fuel, and the fire will die. So, the tissue paper fully consumed itself, and there's nothing left because it burned out all of its fuel. So, we removed fuel, and the fire died. Next up, what we have is to show the effects of oxygen on the fire. In this demonstration, we have wood that's been in the fire, and that's going to represent our fuel. Our oxygen is what me and Kelsey are breathing again, the air around us, and what we're going to push on it with the leaf blower. And the heat was generated by the lighter again, which initially started the fire. So you can tell that when I introduced the oxygen with the leaf blower, the fire got very intense. It had a resemblance to cutting torch, and once I removed the force of the air, the fire actually grew because it was so much hotter, burning so much hotter. So the effects of oxygen on a fire can be pretty incredible. So the next demonstration we have is going to be actually extinguishing the fire by taking the heat out of the fire. We're going to do this by, Kelsey's going to have the hose here, and she is going to cool the fire with the water coming out of the hose. So Kelsey just removed heat from the fire, which also killed the fire, so there's no more fire anymore. So we've shown you what happens when we take oxygen away from a fire, it dies. What happens when we take heat away from a fire, it also dies. And finally, what happens when we take fuel away.
Remember, class, don't play with fire, and always put your fire completely out.